My name is Jamal from DusDavidGames. I'm next to
Justin Swan, lead designer of Trials Frontier.
Alright, I've played Trials a lot on the PC, but now there's a mobile version of it. It's called
Trials Frontier.
The rider rode into our town a stranger, rode out a hero. What happened in between, well, that's the stuff of legend.
Alright, okay, cool. I've played it. It's a really different feeling to play this on a tablet. It's more like an RPG, right?
Yeah, we really were trying to expand the sort of audience that might want to play the game.
Yes.
So instead of just racing and trying to get platinum medals or trying to climb up the leaderboards, you're also taking part in this evolving storyline with a village and a bunch of characters within that village who you're doing quests for, and you're also upgrading your bikes, which is a first for the Trials franchise as well.
Yeah. So basically, it's of course Trials games. You have to go race and stuff like that. But this one is with a storyline. So you have to do quests for other people. There are different personalities. And every personality has another quest for you, so you can upgrade your things when you reward for that quest.
Yeah, so there's all sorts of different characters, as you mentioned, and we have a character that's a fanboy, for example, and what he cares about is that you just go do crazy tricks. Yeah. So for the players that really like to do lots of flips and stuff and wheelies and all those things in past Trials games, there's a whole storyline that you can go along, and bikes you can earn even, by just going and doing crazy tricks on all the different tracks. Yeah. There's also characters that just want you to go and get silver medals, and they want to melt those medals down to make a giant statue for their pet cat. That's another quest line that we have. So there's all sorts of different characters, and depending on what you feel like doing when you're playing the game, is the character you pick to go do quests for.
Yes. And there's also a lot, a large map. There's like a world where you can choose to do your quests. So it's your own thing to choose. How much places are there in that map?
Well, for starters, we're going to have around 55 tracks at launch, but we're going to be releasing many new tracks all the time. So while you saw the map's very large, there's tons of room in it for us to keep expanding. Yeah. Another cool thing about that map is the game takes place in the same location as Trials Fusion, which is our next title coming out on console and PC. And this game takes place 100 years in the future from Trials Fusion, and so there's going to be some interesting things for the player to discover on that map and through the storyline about what's happened in the world over the past 100 years between those two games.
Okay, cool. And how much quests are there in total? Yeah,
we're trying to have at least 200 quests, if not more, by the time we launch, and we're hoping to hit somewhere around the 50-hour mark. And that includes just going through the standard quest lines and upgrading your bike. Yeah. Of course, for people who are into the competitive side of it, we've got all the leaderboards and the competition of past Trials, and we're even going to be including a PvP mode as well, which we haven't had before in a Trials game. So if you're into Trials on the competitive side, there's hundreds of hours of gameplay.
Yeah. So there isn't only the storyline, which is single player, there's also a social aspect at it. So you can play with Facebook friends, you can look at your leaderboards, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of really cool things. We've really thought about how does a player play Trials, and being a big Trials fan myself, I've had a lot of experience playing Trials. Yeah. And so we are integrating with your Facebook friends as well as your Uplay friends, and you'll be able to see all their profile pictures and how they're performing on every track. Yeah. But one of my favorite things you can do is on the world map, you can actually click on your friend's face, and every single track where he has a better score than you, his face will pop up almost to taunt you. And now you can go around and just assassinate him everywhere on all the tracks that he's better than you. Because I know when I play Trials, I have that one friend who I want to talk smack to, and I go and I try to beat all of his high scores, and so we're really enabling the player to do that sort of thing with Trials Frontier.
So it's a large game, large Trials game on the iPad. When it's coming out?
It's going to be coming out early next year, and it's going to be on all iOS devices, so iPads, iPhone, and it's also coming out on Android.
Okay, cool. I want to thank you for this interview, and yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.